You're listening to the Telltale channel. If you like what I do and you want to see me continue to do it, don't forget to check out my Patreon. You can find some ad-free, uncensored, complete versions of my videos on my website, owenmorgan.com. All links are in the description. Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for coming. Hopefully everything is functioning properly. Let me just check.
I'm dumber than a box of rocks in a lot of areas. Facebook just makes people think I'm smart.
You guys could hear that, right? Was that audible? I just want to make sure everything's functioning here. So I want to talk about something interesting today. There's this guy named Robin Bullock. I'm sure you guys probably heard of him. I feel like I'm a little bit too dark. My chair just broke, by the way. Like, really bad. Like, irreparably broke. I've had wheels snap, and I order a new set of wheels, and it's super easy to fix. But this chair is like, I don't know, the hydraulics on the bottom or something are broken. The thing that holds it up is broken, and it just kind of like swivels all over the place, and it's the lowest it can possibly get. The only reason that I'm like here, like level right now, is because I zoomed in with the camera like a lot. Here, let me show you what it looks like otherwise. This is me. This is what I would look like. This is my normal level of zoom. That's how messed up my chair is right now. Anyway, I want to talk about Robin Bullock. Let me zoom back in, see if I can fix it. I have another chair on the way, but it won't be here till next week, so. And it's going to be black. It's a black chair. Exactly the same chair as this. Same model, same everything, except a little bit taller and black. It'll be cool. Anyway, about Robin Bullock. Looking like everybody can hear everything. Everything's working. Perfect. By the way, check out my book, guys. It's releasing imminently. Very, very, very soon. Give you a little update before we talk about Robin Bullock. Where is the Robin Bullock clip? Hold on. Let me find it. Just so that we got it on tap here. Right here. This is the Robin Bullock clip. Oh, this is Robin Bullock. If you don't know the guy, oh my God, it is so ridiculous and hilarious. I love it. I just eat this ridiculousness for breakfast. Okay. So, I wanted to mention my book real quick, and then we're going to talk about this nutter butter of epic proportions. I have two books. One is Understanding Jehovah's Witnesses. It's about 350 pages, give or take. The other is called 100 Questions for Jehovah's Witnesses. And it's 60 pages. It's small, real small. This chair it's dangerous to do anything in this chair except for sit exactly perfectly straight. So wish me luck as I scoot backward. I know you guys were hoping that I was going to fall on my ass. I know you guys were hoping that. Not today. Maybe it'll happen tomorrow morning, though, on my Unfiltered channel where I do the same thing. Who knows? If you want to see me fall on my ass, possibly, then come over to that channel. Yeah, I just want to mention the book real quick, so you guys have an idea of what we're dealing with. Oh, and I have book covers now, too. I ran a contest, and people in my community gave me book covers. I paid them for winning, the whole nine. I'm super happy with the contest, how it went. Super proud of the people that did entries and everything. I talked about this on Sunday, but this is roughly going to be about the size of the 100 Questions book. Roughly 60 pages, kind of a small little thing. This is Understanding Jehovah's Witnesses, roughly 350 pages, pretty big. It's the history of Jehovah's Witnesses and some of the more glaring problems and some of the problems that I've had with them personally, really. Then it tells my story. Then we talk about modern Jehovah's Witnesses. So check it out, owenmorgan.com/book if you want to pre-order. I am recording the audiobook as we speak. The ebook will be available as soon as I finish writing the audiobook. I'm working with somebody right now that's going to help me put the ebook together. Then I'm going to send it off to the printers. They're going to print copies, take about 10 days. Going to arrive in 8 gigantic boxes in my house, and I'm going to sign, stick it in the envelope, ship it off. Sign, stick it in the envelope, ship it off. It's going to be a big thing. Anyway, yeah, check it out. I cannot wait to have the book in my hands finally and be done with it. Oh my God, dude. I've been recording chapter by chapter, at least a chapter a day, sometimes more. And the chapters aren't this long. It's just like I've had to repeat myself because I want to get the tonality right. And I want to... one time I forgot I was not recording. So I had to like repeat an entire section. But like I spend 2 to 3 hours on each chapter just because I'm repeating stuff and trying to get it just right. So anyway, I hope you guys, find it interesting. I hope you find the book interesting. I hope it's useful to you. And by the way, I haven't talked about this much yet. But the 100 Questions book is going to be, I've decided I'm going to do Creative Commons non-commercial. So you can print copies, you can pass them around to the Jehovah's Witnesses in your life. In fact, you can print 500 copies if you want with a book printer. I'll give the original files. And you can print 500 copies, and you can do unwitnessing campaigns, hand them out to other Jehovah's Witnesses, and ask them to read these questions. And that's perfectly fine. I have no problem with that. There's no legal issue with it. You guys are allowed to take it and do whatever you want with it, but you can't make money from it. That's the only thing. You cannot make money from it. That's what Creative Commons non-commercial means. So anyway, that's a current plan. Should be done this week. I thought it was going to be done last week, but my God, dude, recording an audiobook, you guys have no idea. I had no idea. Holy Christ on a cracker. All right, I'll tell you what. Let's talk about Robin Bullock for a second, shall we? He goes on this woman's program recently, Robin Bullock does, to talk about, you know what? I'll let him say it. Hold on.
Come down. See, that day we...
There we go. Sorry, I just had to get it. Okay.
It's Baal worship. So we've come down. See, that day we called down. I said, Lord, send the fire. The Elijah moment.
Wait, Robin Bullock saying that he asked God to send fire to earth and it worked?
Then this portal forms over the White House of fire.
Oh, God. If you guys follow me at all, then you'll know about this portal already. Roger Stone made this portal up. I have this whole saga documented about this ridiculous portal. And it's honestly kind of funny. Hilarious, if you will. But we'll get into it in a minute. Sorry, I'm trying to change my lighting a little bit so that it's a little bit less abrasive. Okay. We'll talk about the portal in just a second. Keep listening here.
And it's over it now. And they don't want anybody to see that.
There's a portal above the White House, a demonic portal, he claims.
And but it was there, and I guess it's still there. It was there, and it was their own cameras that showed it. And people couldn't get over it. Because
people couldn't get over it, he says. By the way, while we listen to this nutter buttery of epic proportions, we're going to play some Final Fantasy VII, just original. Shouldn't bother you too much if you never played it or whatever. It'll be in the background. I'm hoping it won't bother you. But yeah, just keep listening here. I'm sorry, let me just fix. Let's see. Switch Retro 4.3. Game camera. Yeah, okay, there we go. All right, keep listening to Robin Bullock here.
in the daylight, it was like a round circle, and at night, it looked like an orange moon surrounded with a white circle, and then this fiery storm over to the side.
Tell me about what is that portal for? What's the purpose of that?
It's fake. There's no portal. Oh my God.
Well, I called for fire like Mount Carmel that day.
Oh,
After that, it formed. But there is a
really? It was Robin Bullock that did the portal. Is that so? Huh. Okay. Fascinating. Well, let me give you a little bit of the history of the portal. Let's talk about it, shall we? Since you know what? Let's make it through. We got like 20 seconds left in the clip. We'll talk about the portal in a second. Keep going, Robin.
I'm dumber than a box of rocks in a lot of areas.
Thank you for your input, Greg.
corridor. See, demonic spirits can't open portals into heaven, but they open them through time.
Or try.
He's contradicting everything that he said. God, I can't help but to comment on this. Oh my God.
Trying to build a tower, right? Tower of Babel.
That's what that was about. And it was about, and there was a lot to that tower. But what you saw is a corridor open and a battle over a portal over this nation.
Okay, so that's the clip. That is Robin Bullock talking about this ridiculous portal that he claims is. I'm probably going to have to blank this out afterward because it's copyright, whatever. Anyway, so this is Robin Bullock talking about this ridiculous portal, and now he's claiming that he opened it. That's interesting. That's a new one. What else is interesting is this woman right here. We're going to talk about her in more detail in a minute, but let's talk about the portal first. Okay? We just search for portal. I've got a whole clip collection about this stupid portal. Yeah, here we go. Okay. So Roger Stone originally comes in, claims that there's this portal. He was the one that made the claim about the portal originally. He was trying to kind of grab the evangelical voting bloc and get support from them. So he made up some ridiculous nonsense that he thought would get their attention. And he was right. It did get their attention. They believed him without question. Oh my God, a portal, you say? This is from 2022, actually. It's April 26, 2022, when this originally was revealed by Roger Stone on this guy's show.
There is very clearly, in my opinion, some kind of satanic portal that is right above the White House, can be seen day and night.
Let's play that little clip.
So this is, by the way, Roger Stone introducing this concept. Like, I know that like Robin Bullock has been pretending this whole time that he was the one that like introduced this, or he was the one that was dealing with or whatever. No, Roger Stone made all of this up originally.
This is from a sky cam, not our cam. It's one that's permanently mounted, and this was recorded from that 3 or 4 months ago. And I don't even know if you've seen this version of it, Roger, but it's pretty amazing. There, I'll set it up for a second. There's a cloud-like reddish thing with blinking lights in it, and you go, "What is that?"
It was. I'll tell you what it was. Actually, there's some weird artifact. That's what it was. It was an artifact. It was a video artifact that happened. Where it's a live feed, sometimes you get weird little artifacts if it's a low quality camera or if it's a low quality internet connection. You won't get artifacts on this stream, hopefully. I don't know. Some of you actually might get artifacts. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm not centered and it's driving me nuts. Just one. Come on, get centered. Almost. All right, close enough. Anyway. Just keep listening to the portal reveal from 2022.
And then there's a moon-like thing. It looks like the moon or the sun behind a haze, and it's neither of those. That moon-like thing remains to this day. The moon moves. This thing doesn't move. So I'm going to just have the team play that real quick. So go ahead and play that, Emily. So this doesn't have sound, but you...
Okay, I don't know who recorded this. I don't know what this video is from or who used this camera or what. I don't know. For all I know, this is like completely made up. Like they fabricated this. I have no clue. But it's very obviously extremely low quality. It looks like it was taken with like a Nokia cell phone from like 2007 or something.
See that thing? It looks like a sun behind the clouds or the moon. That has been there for months in the sky. Now, this is a camera. You see some refractal things as this zooms
Weird fractal things as this zooms.
in. You'll see the moon-like thing. It looks like almost the sun. And then you see that red cloudy stuff. And you see the lights within it. And
It's literally camera artifacts. Okay, that's what we're looking at. This is from 2022. I thought for sure these people were just going to clamp it and stop talking about it, pretend it never happened, because it was such an embarrassing, ridiculous thing for them to have even talked about in the first place.
I showed this to Robin on the air. It's literally, I don't know the date we showed it. And
Oh my God, dude.
wow, look at those flashes. And I said, Robin,
Wow, look at those flashes. See the flashes? Wow, it must be Jesus or a demon or something. What is this?
and wow, look at those flashes. And I said, Robin, what is that? Is that good or evil?
Oh yeah, if you don't know Robin Bullock, he's the one that said this. When people like criticized him for being a false prophet, claiming that Donald Trump was like God's man and he's going to win the election, he and Hank Kunneman both made that claim. And Hank, they reacted in their own ways. This was Hank Kunneman's reaction when Trump lost the election.
Whether you think I'm false or not, if that's what you think, then you can take your opinion and you can shove it.
Dude said it from the pulpit, for real. Oh, I love everything about it. And this was Robin Bullock's reaction.
You, with your big educations, you're in trouble. You're in trouble now.
You're in trouble for trying to regulate a prophet of the Lord. Tell them what you said is true and what God said isn't true. That's what he said. It's just absurd, dude. Everything about it is absurd. These people are so ridiculous. I'm so entertained by it. Anyway, I'll keep listening here.
The portal is real. It's amazing that the whole occultic world, Steve, knew that on 2/22/222,
Is that the right number of numbers for a date? 2/22/222. What? Hold on. Let's just step. What did he say?
Steve knew.
Oh, and I guess I'm part of the occultic world. Is that right? I knew nothing about this portal.
That on 2/22/222, a portal was going to open. Now, that's all they talked about.
Who's they exactly? Who are we talking about right now? He said the occultic world. Who's the occultic world? What do you mean? Give me specific names. What are you talking about? These are called weasel words. He's just pretending to have information that he doesn't have.
Said it was going to open. They were going to use this portal and
Again, they. Who is they? They were going to use this portal. What?
so forth. I want to tell you something about that portal that you just saw.
Tell me, Robin.
See, you see the portal, and then you see all the cloudy flashes and all
Yeah, it's called artifacts from compression.
beside it, all of that going on. And it's amazing that Roger's on during all this because, see, the political realm is where the forces of good and evil come to fight.
Is that so?
Because that's the realm, when they come together in that political realm like that, that's the realm that governs the affairs of men. And so there's always a fight of spiritual entities. And
You know what I love the most about this? The fact that this whole thing is completely made up. Like, there's no portal above the White House. There's never a portal. If anything, it was just visual artifacts from a poor camera quality and a bad internet connection. If this is even real. That's best case scenario. Worst case scenario, they completely made it up. It's not even real. Like, they fabricated it. They faked the video. And he's like coming up with this whole theology about it here. Oh my God, these people.
always a fight of spiritual entities in a political realm. It's always there. It's because whoever controls that controls people.
Yeah. So anyway, God, that was the Portal saga. So stupid, dude. Seriously, so stupid. And apparently, like, they offered a prayer to close the portal and everything. Again, Roger Stone comes on this program. These guys, this YouTube channel, I'm sorry, it's a Facebook page. This Facebook page, the Elijah List, roughly about as big as me, give or take. But they've had like Eric Trump on. I think they've had Don Jr. and they've had Lara Trump. They've had Kimberly Guilfoyle and a whole bunch of people that are extremely influential. That's why we need to talk about these people, about this guy right here, Steve Schultz, and his Facebook page. But listen to this one.
Give me a couple lines of a prayer, Robin, that would say how to pray to close this thing. Because if millions of people hear this, what would they say to pray? What would they need to pray?
Right, because we have millions of people listening. And if millions of people pray, then God will solve problems, right? So there's a demonic portal that opened up into our realm, and that is top priority. Not feeding literally dying children. They're dying of starvation. Not, I don't know. God, what could, not curing cancer. If we put our prayers together, we could apparently do that. No. None of that. No, we want to close this alleged portal. That's what we're up to right now. Totally.
Satan is only afraid of one thing. Remember this. Faith begins where the will of God is known.
The hell does that even mean? Faith begins where the will of God is known? What? What does that mean anything? Is he just saying words? Is he just putting words next to each other and hoping that nobody notices that he's just speaking gibberish?
Faith will start where you know the will of God.
That makes no sense.
Where it begins. So we have to stand up and quote the word, like Philippians 2, 9, 10, and 11. Jesus has been given a name which is above every name, that at the
Philippians. I don't remember the context behind that book. Okay, go on.
A name which is above every name, that at the name of Jesus every knee should bow of things in heaven, things in earth, things under the earth, and every tongue should confess that Jesus Christ is Lord to the glory of God the Father. Now you spirit of hell residing in that portal trying to get through into this earth, I bind you in the name of Jesus. I deny your access to this planet. You cannot come through it, and you have to bow your knee to the name of Jesus. Now,
okay, so that, I guess, is the prayer that people should be praying. Millions of listeners to stop some ridiculous demonic portal from, to close it, I guess, above the White House. Oh, my God, dude.
Now you're talking about something that can actually stop him.
Awesome.
If you're just going to get on the ground and beg God to do something, forget it. He's already done it.
You got to pray
What the hell does that mean? So is he saying that, like, God isn't going to act? You have to, like, order Satan to not do something through prayer? Is that what he's saying?
You're saying you got to pray with authority, not just, hey, it says this, and I pray. You got to demand and declare and prophesy.
With his word.
Yeah,
and
with
his name.
word.
Okay, so anyway, Robin Bullock. Now that we've listened to their portal nonsense, let's listen one more time to the brand new clip to see what he said. Like 2 years later, he's still talking about this portal. Let's see what he said one more time. Before we do, there's one more video, actually. Hold on, let me find it.
But I was looking.
Give me a couple.
There is.
Wait a minute.
There's that.
This might be the video. Yeah, this one. This is the one. This video was one where they, like, this is a very visual thing. If you want to see, like, what they're talking about here, I'm going to switch to make the screen big so you can see more clearly. It just kind of keep a lookout here. Just watch what happens. Actually, I'm going to move myself to the left, and I'm going to remove myself from frame. Matter of fact, I'm just going to switch over to full screen capture so that you guys can see it without me being in the way. Hold on. There we go. Okay, now watch watch what's said here.
There's
There you
that
see it.
circular thing.
There you can see it. It's very, very clear. It doesn't move day or night. It's harder to see during the day, but you see it at night. And I'm absolutely convinced about the inherent, there it is again, about the inherent evil of what's going on in the White House, what's going on in the country. And I think it's imperative that people know about this, that people of good faith, that Christians know about this, and we begin a national, essentially a prayer assault to
Yeah, right. A prayer assault. Okay.
close the portal.
That's good.
When-
Now there's
Look, this is just like a normal picture of the White House at night. Where's the portal in this picture? I'm not seeing it. What are you talking about?
that's good.
When-
Now there's one during the day.
No, that's one at night. What? Look, you can see stars. What do you mean during the day? What?
That it's harder to see, but
Yeah,
that's
but you can see it.
It's there. It's right there above the White House. So
Oh my god! If you guys could only see like the lines on my face from how absurd I feel about like this is just ridiculous, dude.
It's always above that gable. You notice that?
yeah. Oh,
It's
it
right
is.
above the gable.
Oops, sorry. I was muted for a second.
I've lived for the Lord my whole life, and I was dumb as a box of rocks and didn't know it.
It is. Now, Roger, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but you're talking about prayer, that it needs
we
prayer.
have
So anyway, yeah, that's the whole thing. That's the bottom line. Now let's switch back to what we're doing. And as I said, we're gonna listen one more time to what Robin Bullock said about that portal. Okay? Let's listen one more time. This is brand new, what he's about to say here. 2.5 years after, or wait, 2 years. Let's say 2 years after the portal was originally revealed to him, quote unquote, by Roger Stone as a demonic portal that needs to be closed through prayer.
It's Baal worship. So we've come down. See, that day we called down, I said, Lord, send the fire, the Elijah moment. Then this portal forms over the White House of
Oh, my-
fire. And it's over it now. And they don't want anybody to
Oh my God, this is so stupid.
see that. And
Who is they? They don't want anybody to see that? What are you talking about? They don't want anybody to see that.
but it was there, and I guess it's still there. It was there, and it was their own cameras that showed it. And people couldn't get over it because in the daylight it was like a round circle, and at night it looked like an orange moon surrounded with a white circle. And then
Totally, absolutely, 100%.
this fiery storm over to the side.
Tell me about what is that portal for? What's the purpose of that?
Well, I called for fire like Mount Carmel that day.
Oh, wait a minute now. Okay, so Robin Bullock is saying he created the portal then, right? Is that what he's telling us right now?
After that, it formed. But there is a
He is. He's saying he created the portal for real. This is wild.
corridor. See, demonic spirits can't open portals into heaven, but they open them through time.
Or trying to build a tower, right? Tower of Babel.
I don't know what that means. What the hell are you talking about?
That's what that was about. And it was about, and there was a lot to that tower. But what you saw is a corridor open and a battle over a portal, over this nation.
Okay, anyway, I guess Robin Bullock is claiming to have created that portal now. It was introduced to him by Roger Stone, and he gave people a prayer that they could pray to close it en masse. You know, millions of prayers, close it. Instead of curing cancer, instead of feeding kids who are literally dying of starvation right now. Like some kid is dying because he's too hungry. Instead of doing any of that, we need to close this portal. Well, it turns out that Robin Bullock opened it. Had no idea. News to me. Thank you, Robin. These people are, you know what? I'm not the guy that's always bagging on people. That's not who I am. I will let Greg Locke do it for me.
I'm dumber than a box of rocks in a lot of areas. Facebook just makes people think I'm smart.
Thank you, Greg. I really appreciate your contribution to the conversation.
I've lived for the Lord my whole life, and I was dumb as a box of rocks and didn't know it.
Thank you, Shane. They seem to be absolutely on, but they're putting words in my mouth for me. Like, I don't even have to say this stuff. They're saying it for me. Anyway, this woman, the point that I'm getting to at this whole thing, I was working up to something here. Robin Bullock goes on this woman's podcast, I guess it is, or show or whatever, to talk about this portal and how he was the one that opened it, apparently. He goes on this woman's show. Well, this woman is not a nobody. There's a reason that she is like appearing in places and having famous evangelicals on her show and stuff right now. Let's talk about it. This is on Right Wing Watch, rightwingwatch.org. Seven Mountains Dominionist Drenda Kesey appears poised to win a seat on Ohio County Board. Drenda Kesey. She is running for office in Ohio and is about to win and is inviting Robin Bullock on her show to talk. This is nuts, dude. Now, she was on Flashpoint. Apparently, this is her on Flashpoint. I want to watch the whole Flashpoint thing in a second, but just listen to what she has to say in this one little thing here. Yep. Hold on. Don't want to get past the disclaimers. Okay. Yeah, here we go.
Hand of God moving, and I am seeing it move. Just what he did in this little short window where he asked me to run. I thought, Lord, are you asking me to do this? And he said, isn't this what you've asked others to do? And I believe the Lord is saying we must all do something. We must all do our part. It's easy to think someone else is going to step up, or to think that one person, even Donald Trump, is going to step up and do it. But no, it's going to take all of us, every believer, speaking up, praying, taking our place in the battle, taking our place in the mountains and of influence and leadership.
Mountains, taking our positions in the mountains of influence and leadership. You're catching that? She's talking about Seven Mountains Dominionism, the Seven Mountains Mandate. If you don't know, just a quick 15-second explanation. It's a version of Christianity, almost like a denomination, you could say, that believes that they should be taking control of 7 areas of society: business, economy, government, so on and so forth. And they want to get people from their denomination to the very top of, leadership positions in each of these things, military and so on and so forth. That's the Seven Mountains Mandate. They believe God mandates them to control the military and government and economy and so on and so forth. That's the Seven Mountains Mandate. Anyway, that's what she's talking about. I guess she's a Seven Mountains mandator, Seven Mountains dominionist, and she's taking her place as one of those nutcases.
The mountains and of influence and leadership. This is a time our nation needs all of us, every hand on deck. And so every believer has to step up. And I believe this is rallying the troops in Ohio and Pennsylvania, my county. I love Knox County. And I kept saying to my campaign, save Knox, save Ohio, save America. And I think that's what we have to look at, Gene. We have to say, my local community needs me. There is a call of God. What can I do?
Okay, so here's the bottom line. I don't want you guys to feel discouraged by this, okay? This is not something that you should feel down about. It's likely that she's going to win this seat, apparently. I guess it's looking pretty good for her. Don't feel like you've lost, okay? Conservatism, traditionalism, the position that these people hold is a losing position. Every single time society has tried to move forward, there's the church standing in the way every time. It's always been like that. The church and quote-unquote traditionalists. Unfortunately for them, it is a losing position. Staying in the same place or going back to what we were before, it's a losing position. It's not happening. Like, what time are you trying to get back to? There's never a solid, clear answer for that. And honestly, Hang on, I want to make sure I didn't want to. Yeah, I didn't want to go through a stupid tutorial on this thing. And honestly, like, these people are obsessed with like doing whatever they can to get us to those places, but they're gonna lose. They're gonna fail miserably. This is death throes of a thrashing movement. They are losing. They've been losing all along. Doesn't necessarily feel like that sometimes. Sometimes it feels like they're winning. Sometimes they get some wins. Sometimes, you know, they succeed in banning abortion in some areas or banning gay marriage here or there or whatever. Sometimes they succeed in these little things. They take 2 steps forward. But inevitably, it's unavoidable. They will take 3 more steps back. That's just how it works. Oh my God, I got myself stuck in a tutorial. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. This is the worst. I'm going to have to sit through a stupid tutorial now. Anyway, it's a losing position, and this is the death throes of a movement. Yes, they're getting more radical. Yes, they're getting more extreme. Yes, they're trying to control parts of government that they weren't trying to control before. Yes, they're psychotic. Yeah, it's kind of concerning. In fact, it's concerning as shit that this woman is, you know, going to have a position of authority in government like this. But they're losing. It's a losing position. They will lose. We have to keep working at this. We have to keep fighting this kind of extremism, this nationalism, this Christian nationalism, dominionism, the 7 Mountains Mandate. We have to fight it. Now, I wanted to watch just a little bit more of that Flashpoint episode. I have it pulled up here. I watched some of it, and to give you the basics, Hank Kunneman, who we have on screen here, this guy claims to be a prophet of God. He's this guy.
Whether you think I'm false or not, if that's what you think, then you can take your opinion and you can shove it.
That's him. That's Hank Kunneman. Now, he's about to talk, and then after he talks, that woman who is poised to win the, you know, candidacy or whatever, she's going to talk after that. So let's see what Hank has to say, and then we'll listen to what that woman had to say in its full context. Okay, so let's start. See if I can step back here a little.
And I really felt like something shifted.
Wait. Oh, yeah, he also prophesies from God pretty regularly. God, they're so stupid. I'm sorry.
I'm dumber than a box of rocks in a lot of areas.
I don't like insulting people. I'm not that guy that's always bagging on people. I'll have someone else do it for me.
I've lived for the Lord my whole life, and I was dumb as a box of rocks and didn't know it.
Anyway, they held some event. These guys, this is Flashpoint, a TV show on Kenneth Copeland's TV network, KCM, the Victory Channel. They held a big event in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and I think that they're about to talk about the event.
And that's how we're going to bring our country together, when we are able to come together as the body of Christ. But I want to also say what I loved about it is I loved how the panelists had a great opportunity to really lay out a message that they felt like from God. I mean, it was brilliant with Michelle, Lance, and the rest. And then also, I think the hunger of the people that came, they are really, really serious about God, and they're very serious about taking our country back. And it made it a very, very special time. And I really felt like something shifted, and we're going to begin to see the manifestation of those things across our great country.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, dude. These people are so disturbing, for real.
I agree.
Like I said, I don't feel like this is worthy of worrying about. You know what? There's nothing we can do about it anyway. Do your best. Don't worry about the rest. No one can ask anything of you but your best. That's it. And if your best means that, you know, these people get into a position of authority, then that's what it means. That's just how it is. Just do your best. Don't worry about the rest. That is my motto. So, don't sweat it. If this woman wins, she wins. But fight like hell to prevent it and have a good laugh at some of the ridiculous stuff they say along the way. That's what I always say.
Agree. And so this is a great time to tell you our next event is coming up. It's in Virginia Beach, April 25th and 26th, right there at CBN, the Founders Inn and Spa on Indian River Road in Virginia Beach.
Okay, thank you very much. Great. I don't really care. By the way, if you guys would send me an email, owenmorgan.com/ I think it's /contact. Well, you can go to owenmorgan.com and then just hit contact me in the menu either way. Send me an email if anybody ever goes to the event, like one of these Flashpoint events. I would love to see the footage because they turn the cameras off at these events a lot of the time and say some real psychotic stuff. I'd love to know what they're saying when the camera is off. Oh my God. If you capture some of that, tell me. Send it to me.
We want to spend time with you, just like Pastor Hank said. We want to spend some time with you. Let me bring on live from the Czech Republic, Drinda Kasi. Drinda.
So this is the woman.
It's like 1 o'clock in the morning your time.
It is, but I always have energy, you know, and besides that, I stayed on our time a little bit. I've been talking to people all over the Czech Republic, and they love Donald Trump. I'm very pleased to see that people know what's going on, Gene. I mean, some people are asleep and they're going to stay asleep in the U.S. or wherever, but here I can see people are opening their eyes.
They're going to stay asleep, but here in the Czech Republic, they're opening their eyes? What?
They sure are. And as I mentioned in Tulsa, we want to congratulate Drinda as recently elected. There was a
Oh, I guess she was elected. She was actually elected. Okay, wow. That's even more disturbing.
Three-way runoff, and she won the Knox County Commissioner. Yay, welcome, congratulations.
Knox County Commissioner. What does a county commissioner do? What does a county commissioner do? Commissioners are responsible for overseeing the county's management and administration, representing county interests at the state and federal level, participating in long-range planning and managing county budget and finances. Well, if there's one thing that we learned from the Kansas experiment, it's that Republicans don't have any idea how to manage money. They are so bad at it. Oh my God, they're the worst, the absolute worst. What I mean when I say that is Sam Brownback, famously a Republican. He was a Republican governor of Kansas. He ran the Kansas experiment, and he, controlled the Kansas government completely. He was the governor, and he had like a Republican legislature and everything. And they instituted trickle-down economics the way that they believed that the country should. So it was an experiment back in 2013. Is this going to work? Will this help Kansas? And the answer is, holy shit, no. Do not do this. This will destroy your state. Sam Brownback's pretty much been excised from the Republican Party ever since, but that's neither here nor there. The point is, if this woman here wants to, implement Republican policies in in whatever county this is as a county commissioner, you're going to find out how that goes for you. You're going to find out how badly it turns out for real. Okay, great. Go ahead. Give it a shot. I don't live there. See how badly it destroys the economy in Knox County or whatever it is. By the way, check out my book, okay, guys? I have 2 books. Book number 1. I mean, these aren't the actual books. They're coming out in this next week. The ebooks will be. The physical books, I just need time to finish it up and finish recording and then print, and then I'll be delivering them all myself. This is the 100 Questions for Jehovah's Witnesses, roughly this size, about 60 pages. And it's 100 questions Jehovah's Witnesses cannot or will not answer. And then there's another book, it's about this size, 350 pages, somewhere in that vicinity. And it's it's the history of Jehovah's Witnesses, and it's my experience with the religion. So, Yeah, check the books out. owenmorgan.com/book. I would really appreciate that if you guys would do that. I'm going to put a link in there. Hang on. Wait. Yeah, there's the link if you guys want to. I'm going to pin it to the top. I should have done this earlier. As a side note, before we continue this, we lost my wife's dad not too long ago. I don't know, months ago now. It's been a while, and it's been devastating. You know, it's been hard. She wasn't terribly close to him in life, but he's missed. You know, he's missed. It's disappointing. Well, she got his personal effects recently. And, you know, just normal thing, like whatever, just stuff. And it happens to contain like hundreds maybe of mechanical pocket watches, some from the 1800s, some from the early to mid 1900s, some of them functioning, many functioning. Some are just faces. Some we just have hands. We have the inner workings. We have some shells for some. It's crazy. Now we they're Elgin watches, many of them. But now we got to find like an Elgin watch expert in New York City, in the area, to tell us a little bit about these things. Pretty interesting. Unfortunately, her dad was the Elgin watch expert. And you know, it's really disappointing that he's gone because he could have told us a lot about this stuff. But anyway, what can you do, right? Angel Ore and more, unrelated, but I'm finally getting the motivation to make videos again. Any support from anyone here is appreciated. Tomorrow's my birthday. Well, happy birthday. And I appreciate the membership. Nericol, thank you for the membership. 18-month support and many more to come. Keep it up, Owen. Absolutely. Thank you for being here every single time. Every stream, Nericol is reliably here to hang out. T-King, your live stream doesn't pop up in my page, only subs. Yeah, YouTube's kind of giving me the shaft lately. I don't know what's going on. It's been a while now. But, you know, all the more reason for you guys to check out my book. It would be very, very helpful to me if you guys did that. Check out the book. You know, YouTube is unreliable completely. But if you guys check out my book, it would help me stabilize my income a little bit. And I can get my message out to people that way. I love writing, as it turns out. I thought I hated it until I did it. I love writing. Maybe I suck at it. I don't know. You guys be the judge. I did my best. But yeah, I really love it. So check out the book. Anyway, Robin is a disgrace to Christianity. Oh, absolutely. He is, yeah. He's an embarrassment. He claims to be a prophet of God, hears the voice of God on the regular, and yells at people who tell him that he's full of it. I mean, this is the original clip that this is from.
You, with your big educations, you're in trouble. You're in trouble now.
This is the clip that it's originally from. Let me just jump through a little bit. He was very clearly wrong about Donald Trump. He prophesied Trump is going to win the election, and he did not. And he was angry that people were calling him a false prophet. And he lashed out at people over it.
Why are we still debating all of this? Folks, it would have already passed. You keep your doctrines. You keep your doctrines, but I'll tell you what, you are going to answer for trying to regulate the Lord's prophets.
Dude, what's he doing with these books? Did he just, okay, so he's got one book, okay, now the book is open. He decides he wants to close the book, all right? And now he picks up the Bible and he sets it down again. And then he picks up his other book and sets it down on the Bible. And then he picks them both up and sets them down. And then he picks up his glasses and picks up both books and sets them down. What the hell is happening? Why is he doing this? I don't understand. Okay, let's just listen to this. Again, I'm not the guy bagging on people all the time. I'll let Greg Locke do it for me.
I'm dumber than a box of rocks in a lot of areas.
Okay, thank you, Greg. All right, let's keep listening.
You keep your doctrines, but I'll tell you what, you are going to answer for trying to regulate the Lord's prophets. You with your big educations. You're going to answer for trying to regulate a prophet of the Lord and telling a prophet of the Lord that what God said is not true, but what you said is true. You're in trouble. You're in trouble now.
It is so stupid. It's so stupid, it's comical.
You with your big educations, you're in trouble. You're in trouble now.
I should really expand that sound effect into, like, I should include his whole thing about how he's really a prophet and he's not a false prophet, and you're calling him a false prophet, and he's really upset about that. I got some other soundboard stuff that's pretty good.
Strike and 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 strike.
You guys remember that one? That was after Trump lost the election. His spiritual advisor, Paula White, decided to pray for him to make him the winner of the election, because that's how it works. So the more time she says strike, apparently, the more likely he is to win the election. And I guess she said it one too few times or something. Hang on, let me count here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, nope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. That's how you do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You just count at a normal pace. You count to 5, and that part, it's not as hard that way. All right. Anyway, God, what a joke. These people are such jokes. Seriously. All right, let's continue. I wanted to continue. Wait, where did the... wait a minute. Oh, here it is. Okay, I lost the thing for a second. Sorry about that. Okay, yeah. Let's continue listening to this nutter butter of epic proportions. Tell us about... Wow, somebody actually gave me a copyright strike on a video that is like really, really old. I gotta take a look at that later, but that's for another day. Anyway, let's listen to this Seven Mountains Dominionist who apparently won her election.
Runoff, and she won the Knox County Commissioner. Yay, welcome, congratulations. Glad. We feel like we did all the work here in Texas, but we're very happy and proud for you.
Wow, she ran for county commissioner, Knox County. I don't know what county that's in, or like what state that county is in or whatever, but okay.
You made the runway for sure. I went up against an incumbent that's been in. He's had 16 years of being a career politician. I was told it was impossible, that it would be a miracle for me to win. And I won by I got 40% of the vote, right at 40% in a three-way race, running on protecting our community, pro-God, pro-guns, pro-life.
Jesus, dude.
And also prosperity, helping our small businesses to be revived and lower taxes and get things back on the right track. And
oh, yeah. Okay. So she is going to try to implement like Republican, Republican tax policies and stuff. She's going to lower the taxes and all that. All right. Well, I mean, Sam Brownback already did that, so be my guest if you want to destroy your county, go nuts. I don't live there.
My team worked super hard. We only came into the election the week of Christmas. I received a call from a Republican friend that said, Drenda, you have to run. Things are not good.
FYI, I just want to point something out. There are some positions, some elected positions that are not even like, people aren't running for them. I don't know if you guys have like been voting lately or whatever, and seen this stuff, but there are some situations in which people just aren't even running for these positions. You could be that person. You ever seen a ballot where there's one guy you can vote for and that's it for this thing? You could be the guy. You could be the guy, gal, or non-binary pal. Do it. Get out there and do it. If you don't do it, you know who will? Drenda Kesey will. She'll be there. She's going to be there on the ticket. She's going to be running for office, and she's going to be winning. If you aren't there to run against her, for real, get out there and run for office if you have the ability. If you're not, if you don't have the time, if you don't have the energy, or you don't have the resources, whatever, just vote and stay politically active at the very least, I'd say. But if you can run for office, do it. Wow, Tifa just died. I can't believe I killed Tifa. That really sucks.
Panel on farmland is trying to invade Ohio, and our community has been impacted drastically by that. And our commissioner was actually part of the resolution to allow more large solar scale farms into our area. So
the gall. The previous county commissioner was allowing solar farms in the area. Can you imagine?
I run on a platform of we must protect our farmland.
Hey, just got an order for the book. I wanted to thank. I'm not going to say last names, but I will thank the person's first name. Ash. Thank you so much, Ash. I really appreciate it. Anyway, let's keep listening. So she's complaining about solar farms, apparently. Okay, go on.
Yes, so I run on a platform of we must protect our farmland. For China, I was watching your program and
from China. We have to protect our farmland from China because China's coming to get it, apparently. Okay.
Seeing when Peter Schweitzer was on there about blood money. I've been reading that book. And
oh, yeah, it's Ohio. People telling me it's Ohio. I forgot. Yeah, thanks for reminding me which state it was. Totally forgot that.
Your program and seeing when Peter Schweitzer was on there about blood money. I've been reading that book, and that's exactly what's going on with this farmland invasion. They're after our energy.
Who's they? Is she talking about China? Who's she talking about? What does she mean they? These are weasel words, by the way. I talk about weasel words pretty often, but just in case you're new here, I want to draw this out a little bit. Weasel words are used when somebody wants to refer to some ambiguous authority and claim that like there's somebody out there pulling strings like a puppet master causing problems for everybody or whatever. You know, historically it's referred to the Jews. Like Jews are the historical scapegoats in just about every historical situation, sadly. But anyway, it doesn't necessarily mean Jews. It can mean, you know, liberals or anybody, just their enemies. When they say they, when I say they, I'm talking about the people on this TV show, this woman right here specifically. When she says they, she's referring to some all-powerful entity or whatever, some enemy that it's impossible to defeat but is too stupid and incompetent to keep control of what they're running or whatever. It's just ridiculous nonsense, all of it. Gaming with Nicholas, thank you so much for being a member. I appreciate that. That's awesome. Member benefits, by the by, people. You get early access to videos. As soon as I upload them, pretty much, you get access to them if you want to become a member. It does a lot for me. I really appreciate it. And again, check out the book, owenmorgan.com/book. Anyway, let's keep listening to this nutter buttery for another couple more minutes.
They're after our children, and they're after our farm, our food. If you really look at it, food at the end of the day, we get everything else from China. If our food.
Oh, it's China. So they is China, I guess, is what she's saying. So she's saying if we get our food from China?
If you really look at it, food at the end of the day, we get everything else from China. If our food supply is taken by solar panels leaching onto these grounds and farmlands, and they do leach. 70-something% of them have solder problems. And
dude, what the hell is she talking about? 70% of what was it of oh my god, of solar panels have solder problems? Is that what she just said? Okay, well, there's an easy fix for that. You can put money into stopping that from being a problem, right? Instead, she's putting money into what? Like getting rid of solar farms? Apparently solar power is a bad thing in her mind? Like what?
And they also leach. And so when you talk about poisoning farmland, and they made it tough for farmers to make it anyway, in this administration, especially, Trump gave them finances and money. But
Dude, look, if farmers don't want solar panels on their farms, they don't have to have solar panels on their farms. They're not required to do that. If you buy a piece of property, you can do whatever the hell you want with that property. It's your property. What do you mean that the government is coming in and what? Are you trying to tell me that farmers are being forced at gunpoint to put solar panels over their crops and now crops are not receiving the sun but the solar panels are? Is that what you're trying to say? I don't get it. What?
But during the Biden administration, fertilizer's gone through the roof and lots of pressures on farmers. So some of them feel like, oh, this is the way I can take care of my farmland, but they're putting them in 40-year contracts. So 40-year contracts of solar panels on the farmland.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. She's saying that the Biden administration is forcing people to put solar panels on their farm. Are you serious? 40-year contracts. Can you imagine? This is a joke, dude. People are getting, if this is even happening, I seriously doubt it is, but if it's happening, they're getting into these contracts because they want to get into the contracts. Because it's financially beneficial to them. Really? And I doubt it's 40 years. I don't think it's probably not even enforceable to be a 40-year contract. Keep doing what you're doing. Love your vids. Thank you so much, Brooke. I really appreciate it. And don't forget, check out the book, okay? Like I said, I've been getting shafted by YouTube lately, if you will, by Twitch, by TikTok, by other social media, by algorithms. Been shafted by algorithms. But checking out my book helps a lot. It's a really, really big help to me. I just really want it to be done. I can't wait till it's completely edited and, the book cover is completely done. I mean, I have a cover picked out, but I have work to put into it still. And I'm neglecting my other work, my unfiltered channel. Still doing the streams. I'm just doing less editing, unfortunately, because I keep working on the book, but I just love working on it so much, Anyway, check out the book, owenmorgan.com/book. All right, let's keep listening to this Nutter Butter just for a couple more minutes.
That's a generation of losing farmers, losing our farmland. Bill Gates just had a project he's part of.
Oh, she said Bill Gates. You know what that means. There's something evil happening.
Losing farmers, losing our farmland. Bill Gates just had a project he's part of in Ohio, west of Columbus, 6,500 acres of land in our.
Can you imagine Bill Gates buying land somewhere? Wow, the gall of this guy. Is this even real? Is she just straight up making this up? That would not surprise me, truthfully. In fact, it would surprise me if she wasn't just making this up. There's almost always a grain of truth to what these people say on this TV show here. But, it's stretched and distorted completely out of proportion almost every single time.
Our area, this first project, 1,300 acres are involved in it, and there are 4 or 5 more other projects in the eaves. And this is happening across the Farm Belt. So why do you want to put it on farmland, the most fertile land in the United States?
Well,
Dude, I don't know what you're even talking about. Get help, please.
let me tell you, this is the part I love about your stories, that you and Gary, you pastor a church, you got a television show that airs here on the Victory Channel.
Dude is unironically named Gary. And also, they have a TV show on the Victory Channel. I didn't know that. Victory Channel is Kenneth Copeland's, by the way. I'm sure you guys probably know that, just if there's someone out there that doesn't. Victory Channel is owned and operated by Kenneth Copeland. Kenneth Copeland Ministries, KCM. And he's worth like $850 million or something like that. And that's part of it. Like, the Victory Channel is part of it. It's part of all of his assets and everything. So, anyway.
You pastor a church, you got a television show that airs here on the Victory Channel, and you've got two shows. You got so much going on, and then you go run for office. I love that about you guys because you're always looking. I remember a very wise man told me one time, never hire somebody that's out of a job. Always hire somebody that's busy.
Okay, I don't know who this alleged very wise person was, but you can bet your bottom dollar if he's saying that he's wise, the dude was probably dumb as dog shit.
I'm dumber than a box of rocks in a lot of areas. Facebook just makes people think I'm smart.
Thank you for your contribution, Greg. I appreciate it.
Because they'll get it done, and you are sure getting it done. In fact, let's roll that.
You know what? I know who he's talking about. He's talking about wait. Is it? Wait. It's on the tip of my tongue. I remember this. You know who it was that said this? I remember. This is this is in a debate between Richard Dawkins and Cardinal Pell, one of the people next in line to be Pope. And it turned out that Pell had done some really questionable stuff with young boys. I don't know exactly, so I don't want to speak to it. I could be incorrect on this. I just remember hearing something about it, and he got like canceled and removed from the church, I think, after everything that he did and everything that came out and all that junk. Cardinal Pell said, you always go to the busy person because you know the busy person is the one who will get it done. They'll do it. They will step forward and they'll fix your problems for you, or they'll do what you ask. You never go to the person who is not busy because they obviously don't give a shit about what's going on, basically. Is there another quote-unquote wise man to whom he's referring, I wonder?
You gave us some footage. I want to go to election.
Boy, that smile, right? Just really take in this smile of this woman on the right here. Just look at it. Just appreciate it for what it is. Look at this smile. Such a smile, huh?
Night, and play this real quick clip when you find out you won. Watch.
Victory! 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 Victory!
I love you, Knox County. Thank you for your votes. Thank you for your confidence.
Is that the same person? She looks completely different.
I will work harder than any commissioner you've ever had. I want to hear from you, and we're going to see amazing things in Knox County, make it greater than ever.
Yes!
She had a cake ready. I wonder what they're going to do with the cake if she lost. Were they still going to eat the cake, you think? I sure as hell would. Well, did it say congratulations for winning? It looks like it said congratulations. You think they had two cakes there? One that said congratulations and one that said condolences or something?
That's awesome.
Yeah, it said congratulations.
Awesome. Now, those of you watching at home, if you haven't got this, you know, you hear people say, oh, that's conspiracy theory. Oh, that's not true. Show me how that's really true. Listen, Drenda's...
I don't know what you're talking about. Like, what is he even talking about? Conspiracy theory. They espouse conspiracy theories like nonstop on this show, but what specific conspiracy theory are you even referring to right now?
Oh, that's conspiracy theory. Oh, that's...
Oh, no, he's going to plug his book. Ready?
It's not true. Show me how that's really true. Listen, Drenda's wrote this book right here. They're coming for your children. The fight we must win. And she's putting hands and feet to what the fight that she talks about. You need to go on their website and get this copy, Drenda.com.
No, thank you. Yeah, like I said, owenmorgan.com/book if you want to check out my book. I would appreciate that very much. Pre-orders are open. I hope to have them in people's hands ASAP. Basically, the book is edited. I'll tell you where I am with my book right now. The book is edited. But I'm going through and actually reading it, like doing the audiobook form. And I keep like going back and re-recording the same line 2 or 3 times because I want to get the tone right. And as it turns out, like the way that you speak is not the way that you write. Like proper grammar does not sound right when spoken. So I keep like I have this AI tool that's helping me do some editing, and so I write out like a paragraph that sounds like the way that I would speak, and then I plug it into this AI program that helps me figure out if it's grammatically correct or not. And it's got like, 16 different problems, so I go through and fix each one and make sure that it all sounds like something that I'd naturally say, and then I plug it back into the script, the manuscript, and then I read it. So that's what I've been up to lately. I am on chapter 10 of 13. I just finished chapter 10, or just finished reading it. And again, I spent like 2 or 3 hours reading each chapter, not because they're that long. They're not, because I want to get the tone exactly right. Last one, chapter 10, is 2 hours, 50 minutes, and 58 seconds. And at least half of that minimum is going to be cleaned up and erased and, corrected. We got 2 hours and 10 minutes, an hour and 50 minutes, hour and a half, 3 hours and 21 minutes for chapter 6. Anyway, I have 10 chapters recorded and edited and cleaned up and good to go. I have to hit chapter 11. Hang on, I have my manuscript up. Let me just pull it up and look. I have to read chapter 11, Modern Culture. It's about the hierarchy and the way that it works and who, how, just everything about Jehovah's Witness hierarchy, basically, and culture. Then chapter 12, called Goodbye, Larry. It's very short, a couple thousand words. And then chapter 13 is the small book. Chapter 13 is the 100 questions. So you don't need to get both if you don't want to. If you do get both, it means you'll have an extra to give to a family member, the smaller book. But yeah, I need to read chapter 11, chapter 12, and chapter 13. And combined, that's probably 8 hours of reading and probably only like 3 hours or 4 hours maybe of actual like audiobook. So that's what I'm working on now. As soon as I finish reading, correcting, making it sound natural and all that other junk, I've got a final manuscript. I have a book cover. After running a contest, I'm going to put the book cover in. I'm going to format it like a book, give it proper chapter separators and all of that stuff. Then I'm going to put it in ebook format, and I'm going to export to PDF. Going to export to the Kindle format, upload it to Kindle, probably Kindle Unlimited. Apparently it pays by the page that how many pages people read. I'm not sure. Then I'm going to, upload the audiobook to Audible, hopefully. And I'm going to get 500 copies printed because I already have 300 copies sold or something. So I'll have a couple hundred copies sitting around to, process. So maybe I'll send some to Amazon so that people can purchase them through Amazon and things. That's where things are going right now. That's where we're at. Finished reading chapter 10. I need to read 11, 12, and 13 now while I edit and clean it up. So that's where we're at. I would like to have all of this done in the next couple days, but I really need to stop neglecting my other work in favor of the book. I need to get my other work done too. So one day at a time we'll have it done. But anyway, yeah. I guess I'm going to call it there. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Wow, I stayed way longer than I meant to. I appreciate you guys coming. Let me just check. Hang on. Just looking. By the way, I'm going to be at American Atheist Convention this Friday. Is it? Yeah, on Friday. I'm going to be at American Atheist. It's a hop, skip, and a jump over for me because it's in Philadelphia. I'm taking a train over, so I'll be there if you guys want to see me. Just looking through the chat here. What DAW are you using? I'm not sure. I have somebody helping me with that. This person helping me is, formatting everything for me. So, yeah. Anyway. All right. I'm out, guys. Thank you so much for coming. Hopefully, I see you tomorrow morning on my Unfiltered channel. Owen Unfiltered is the YouTube channel. There's a link in the description. Link in the description for the book as well, if you want to take a look at that. And, yeah, thanks for coming. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow morning, hopefully, all right? If not, I'll talk to you next week.